we just finished planning up our activity. Mr. Mack is actually going to be our first volunteer to demonstrate. So, Mr. Mack, what are you going to present for us?
All right, so I guess I will present the intention here.
Okay.
All right, when I say mic check, you say 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check?
1, 2,
1,
1, 2.
Oh, right. So, you need to go into the directions now.
You might want to. So first you gotta give us a cue to go, and then you're gonna give us. So you give us the attention signals. Now you have our attention. What are you gonna tell us?
All right, so I guess when I tell you to go, at your seat, voice level 1, you're going to analyze and evaluate Toussaint L'Ouverture's contributions during the Haitian Revolution.
Okay. Now you're gonna stop and you're gonna check for understanding like what we need to do. So now ask one of us what we were supposed to do.
Ms. Brown, I'm going to go do Martin Luther King's contributions for the revolution. Is that right?
I thought we were doing Toussaint.
Correct. What class? Who are we working on? Toussaint, and we're analyzing and evaluating. Analyzing and describing?
No.
Analyzing and evaluating.
Yes.
Questions, comments, or concerns?
What's the difference between analyzing and evaluating?
Analyzing is breaking something down into parts to get a better understanding. Describing is just simply describing it, using adjectives, things like that.
Now cue us to go.
What's an adjective?
Yep.
All right. And then what are you doing? What's he gonna do once he finishes?
Narrate
I'm
the
going-
behavior.
And he's gonna watch to make sure that they're on task. Yep.
So I wouldn't monitor first, just like walk around and just let them know that I'm looking, like you said earlier. No?
So originally you want to just kind of stand still and kind of watch,
Okay.
right? And then you can start your moving around and actually noticing who's doing what. So you're basically just get started. So if I see she's not started, I get her head down on her paper, she gets started, right? So you're just acknowledging, then you can go ahead and start moving.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I see now.
All right. Anybody else want to model for us? How about somebody model the part where the directions for if we get stuck? Who has directions for if I get stuck? What do I do?
Wait a minute.
Mr. Wa-
No, when you said if you get stuck.
Yeah, so if I have questions, do we have any, do you have directions for me if I have questions?
Protocol for that.
What do I do?
I need something for that.
3 before me. I like that.
Yeah, so that's the one that a lot of people use.
Ask your
three
table
before
partner.
me.
You asked 3 people?
Your
before
shoulder
you?
buddy.
Yes.
I changed it. So
Shoulder.
Thigh.
3 before.
So if it
That's
was
the key.
do 3, what might they do?
So
I think my kids didn't
Shoulder
read
partner.
directions one more time. Sometimes-
read the directions, consult the board.
Yeah, read
So
the
that could be a
directions.
do 3.
God did
Read
it.
through the directions, maybe check with a shoulder partner, or look in your notebook.
Okay.
Then if they've done those 3, and I might do the notebook before the shoulder partner. So reread it, look in your notebook, check with a shoulder partner, then seat me,
But
right?
how do I know that they're like asking their shoulder partner a question about what we're doing versus having a
So that's a very good question. If I come up to Miss Rashawn and she says to me, what am I supposed to do? I know she probably didn't read the directions. So I might say, did you read directions? And she said, yeah. I said, did you look at your notebook? She said, yeah. And I said, did you ask your shoulder partner? I can get, did she ask you?
We were
And
talking about the sun.
where she at?
She's talking about the basketball game.
That's what you're talking about, right?
The sun.
How did you know?
Like if the conversation's
She's
on
saying
task.
that-
Right,
Yeah.
having the, that's what you're asking. How did you
Yeah.
know whether they were
No,
on
like-
task and asking a
like when you're
question or
narrating,
whatever?
I would expect them to be at voice level 0, and then I see them over there having a conversation,
Oh.
like
So-
is
You gotta
it?
say
So
one.
that goes back to your directions. Do you want them to be totally silent? Or if you give them the part where they have questions, if they have the right to ask, that could be part of your directions. So it's a voice level 0, unless you're asking a partner for support or a question, then it's a voice level 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically here in the plan, you're kind of putting something in place if that happens.
Yes.
Right.
So if I say, ask 3 before me, that's your voice level 1, but you might be on task voice level 0. So then when I'm watching, if I hear that they're talking, I may come over first to hear what was being said, because if they were talking about the new movie, Hidden Figures, I'd be like, okay, that had nothing to do with today's activity, unless it your social or your science activity next week, then I know they're off task and that wasn't the right direction, right? And then I just redirect. Go back on task, right?
Okay, so here you would kind of just put, I guess, proximity.
Yes. So yeah,
Yeah,
when you're
that's
talking
right.
no nonsense nurturing, you don't eliminate those. You still do the eye contact. You still do that teacher face. You still do the right. You still do a lot of those, but it just keeps you from having a lot of the negative stuff. So if you're narrating, and I say Deanna is working on the first part of her paper, she knows I haven't started yet. Let me get started on my task. So my narrating is basically reminding the scholars of what I'm expecting and what I'm looking for, and she knows I'm looking. Okay? So my last slide, yay! All right, so my next slide is your next steps. So we have next steps for both of us. The next step for you is to practice using your tear sheet. I have extras. You'll also practice using the planning sheet and bring a completed one to your next planning session. So when you meet with your coach or your facilitator or your group, Mr. Copeland, when you meet with your team lead, you want to kind of bring this and kind of just talk about it and share how well it's going or how you're struggling. And then we want you to practice using the strategy. So you get 1 week of safe practice where we won't come in and say anything to you, and you can kind of play it out, see how it goes. And then the next week you are going to be observed and feedback will be given to you on that strategy. So we may ask you when you're going to be doing an activity, and we'll try to be in during that time period to see it. As a coach, I'm here to provide you support if you have any questions. I'm also here to assist you with practicing the strategies and working out some of the problems and the kinks that you have. So if you can't think of a way to say something, or if you can't figure out what exactly you want them to do during an activity, that's where I come in, or your other coaches come in. And I will also provide you feedback on the strategy. So the paper you have in front of you is only one-sided, so I will get you a tear sheet that has front and back, and then that way you'll have something to look at for both parts. Are there any questions for me? All right, this is a safe place, so if there's a time that you want to say to me, Stacey, I really don't get this, please just let me know and I'll come support you in any way I can. Before you leave, you do have a ticket out the door. Just 4 little questions. You do not need to put your name on it unless you're